This is a rare Ethiopian Orthodox Bible manuscript, handwritten in Ethiopia's sacred liturgical language, Ge'ez. It's 52 leaves, 102 pages, carefully preserved and written by the scribes who devoted their very lives to this work.
Something was said after the resurrection that was never meant for the world to hear. Not in the books you were given, not taught in churches, and certainly not translated until now.
After all, the Ethiopian Bible is a Christian Bible. It contains the Gospels. It upholds the life, death, and resurrection of our Lord Jesus Christ. So where does that question come from?
An elderly Ethiopian monk, on his deathbed, whispered a secret passed down through generations in the mountain monasteries of Ethiopia. What Jesus said after his resurrection was kept hidden, meant for the ears of a few. But the time has come for the world to hear it.
Does the Ethiopian Bible even mention Jesus? They asked. And the short answer to that question is yes, absolutely.
The secret transcends time. For nearly 2,000 years, the story most of us know ends at the empty tomb. But this is not the full story. Hidden in the highland monasteries of Ethiopia, behind ancient stone walls, a different record exists, revealing what Jesus said, what he warned, and what he revealed during the 40 days after he rose from the dead. The Ethiopian Bibles, uniqueness. Most people grow up believing the Bible is fixed, that it has always been in its current form. But Ethiopia did not agree. While the Western Bible holds 66 books, Ethiopia preserved 81, including texts like Enoch, Jubilees, and Maccabees, revered by early Christians and ancient Jewish communities. These books were dropped from the Western canon, dismissed as myths or distractions. Yet Ethiopia kept them. Radiocarbon dating, a historical revelation. Modern science has begun to validate these ancient texts. Radiocarbon dating of the German Gospels, discovered in an Ethiopian monastery, confirmed their authenticity. Written between 330 and 650 AD, making them some of the oldest Christian manuscripts ever found. While Europe was caught in the Dark Ages, Ethiopian monks kept Christianity's original source code, untouched and unedited by Rome. The Book of Enoch, a cosmic breach. The Book of Enoch explains why humanity sinned before the Great Flood. It details a cosmic breach. 200 angels called Watchers descended to earth, took human wives, and produced a race of giants called Nephilim, who consumed the earth's resources and unleashed chaos. The angels imparted forbidden knowledge, weaponry, seduction, astrology, things never meant to be revealed. It wasn't mere disobedience. It was a transfer of power that threatened the cosmic order, which is why Rome rejected it. Ethiopia kept it. The Mashafa Kedan, a revolutionary revelation. The most unsettling revelation lies in a text called Mashafa Kedan, the Book of the Covenant. This book changes everything you thought you knew about the resurrection. According to this text, the 40 days following Jesus' resurrection weren't just days of comfort for the disciples. They were urgent, charged with intensity, like a general preparing soldiers before battle. Jesus didn't just offer comfort. He warned. He predicted. He taught things that never made it into the Western Gospels. Jesus' warning about the material world. Jesus described the material world as a deceptive force, a playground of shadows. He warned against wealth, status, and power, which keep human beings spiritually blind. He emphasized not to build temples of stone because they would crumble. Instead, build the temple of the heart, for it is eternal. A warning against organized religion that he foresaw would corrupt his message. A warning about organized religion. Jesus predicted that men would wear long robes and invoke his name to accumulate gold. He foresaw an empire that would take his cross and turn it into a sword. Televangelists filling arenas while the poor go hungry. It sounded as if Jesus was standing 2,000 years ahead, watching the Crusades unfold and the Inquisitions take place. The wind of life and the wind of error. Jesus described the human soul as having two winds moving through it, the wind of life and the wind of error. The wind of error enters through greed, through the eyes when they look at things they shouldn't, and through the mouth when it speaks lies. Once it takes hold, it calcifies the heart, turning a living, breathing human into a walking tomb. Living, but spiritually dead. The antidote, knowledge and the kingdom of heaven within. Jesus did not leave his disciples without hope. The antidote wasn't a sacrament or rituals, it was knowledge. Direct, personal knowledge of truth. He taught them to observe their thoughts, to guard what enters and exits their minds. Then he said something that could have dismantled the entire structure of institutional religion. The kingdom of heaven is literally inside the human body, hidden in the silence between thoughts. This is why these texts were suppressed. If the average person knew that God lived inside them, they would no longer need an intermediary to connect to the divine. Scientific truths hidden in ancient texts. Jesus' teachings also contained insights modern science would later confirm. He described storehouses of snow and gates of the winds, referencing weather patterns that align with modern meteorological discoveries. He spoke of an abyss of water beneath the Earth's surface, dismissed as mythology, until scientists discovered a vast water reservoir deep within the Earth's mantle. The Ethiopian Bible was right. Modern science is just catching up. Jesus' secret discipline, breath and thought control. Jesus shared a secret practice involving the control of breath and focused thought, mirroring contemplative techniques found in Eastern traditions in India and Tibet. Some scholars believe that during the lost years of his life, Jesus may have studied in these regions, learning practices now found in the Ethiopian texts. By controlling breath and thought, Jesus provided a path to inner peace, self-awareness, and direct connection to the divine, without rituals or mediators. A hidden bloodline and the role of Ethiopia. The Ethiopian Bible, the Ark of the Covenant, and the Solomonic dynasty all point to a hidden bloodline. In Western Christianity, Jesus is seen as having no descendants. But in Ethiopia, the Solomonic dynasty, which ruled for nearly 3,000 years, claims descent from King David, creating a genealogical connection to Christ. This is why Rastafarianism saw Emperor Haile Selassie as the returned Messiah. Ethiopia's connection to Christ is not just spiritual, but familial, placing the country at the center of an ancient spiritual narrative that challenges Western Christianity's view of Jesus' earthly legacy. The survival of ancient secrets. The texts were hidden for 2,000 years. Why are they being released now? The prophecy in the Ethiopian Bible speaks of a time when humanity is lost in manufactured realities, the internet, social media, AI. When the world is filled with illusion, the truth must be revealed. These texts serve as an emergency manual for the end times, offering a path back to reality, free from distraction, reclaiming the inner strength we've lost. The seal is broken. The texts are out. The only question left is whether the world is ready to read them. If an elderly Ethiopian monk, on his deathbed, chose to pass on a secret he guarded for decades, what does that tell you about the urgency of this truth? The well is finally open. Are we ready to hear it? If you found this as fascinating as we did, make sure to like and subscribe for more deep dives into hidden truths.